He gave me a lot of ideas.
Okay, I call the regular meeting of the Nevada City Council to order on Tuesday, November 12th, 2024, 6:00 PM. Can we get a roll call, please?
Melissa Music. Here. Henry Corbin.
Here.
Dane Nielsen.
Here.
Steve Skaggs.
Here.
Sandy Eric. Here.
First item is approval of the agenda.
Move to approve.
Second. Dane, Steve. Seeing no discussion, council, please vote.
Sorry.
Okay, agenda is approved, takes us to public hearing. Public hearing A is dispose of city property. We will go ahead and open the public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak in the public hearing? Aaron, did we receive any comments? No comments received. So we will close the public hearing, moving us to resolution number 37, 2024-2025. Resolution approving sale of property to Nevada Economic Development Council Incorporated and approving real estate purchase and sale agreement.
Move to approve.
Second.
Steve, Melissa? Any discussion? Seeing none, council, please vote. That is approved, taking us into the consent agenda. Any item may be removed for separate consideration.
Move to approve.
Second.
Henry? Discussion there. Seeing none, council, please vote. That would be approved, which takes us into mayor's reappointments, Board of Adjustment, Sharon Johnson.
Move to approve.
Second.
Sandy and Dane, any discussion on the reappointment? Seeing none, council, please vote. That is approved, taking us into the public forum, which is time set aside for comments from the public on topics of city business other than those listed on the agenda. No action may be taken. Is there anyone here to speak in the public forum? Seeing none, we will close public forum, moving us to old business A, ordinance number 1061, 2024-2025, an ordinance amending chapter 165, section 8, use types of the city code by adding language pertaining to breweries and amending table 165.09-2 permitted uses, third and final reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Dane and it's the second, it's Melissa. Any discussion there? We'll point out we have our business owners here, so congratulations on that and thanks for investing in the community. Seeing no other discussion, council, please vote. And that is approved. Takes us to B, approve change order number 2 for wastewater treatment facility improvements, phase 3 from Boomerang in the amount of $9,819.16.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Steve, Sandy? Seeing no discussion, council, please vote. It is approved. Takes us to C, Consideration of pay request number 30 for wastewater treatment facility improvements, phase 3 from Boomerang, the amount of $71,430.15.
Move to approve.
That was suspenseful.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Sandy, Steve, discussion.
Is there, I know we've discussed it before, that there's no like additional like repercussions that we can hold them against, but is there anything we can do in the future to, you know, ban using them because of the length of time and the amount of money it's costing the city for this company? Is there anything that we can do to prevent this from happening or using this company in the future?
Yeah, so short answer is, you know, we are looking at liquidated damages on some pieces of the phasing of this project. I will tell you, it is very challenging to just say we're not going to use this particular contractor in the future, because Chapter 26 of the Iowa Code requires you to award bids to the lowest responsible bidder. And so we don't have a lot of case law that tells us what is not a responsible bidder. It does become very challenging. So typically, if they can get bonded, then they will be considered a responsible bidder. So certainly things we will look at, but currently that is a challenge.
Anything else? Council, please vote. And that is approved, which takes us to D, approved pay request number 7 for 2024 street improvement project from Construct Incorporated in the amount of $419,216.06.
Move to approve. Second.
Henry, Dane? Any discussion there? Council, please vote. That is approved. Taking us to E, approved pay request number 2 for 19th Street Trail Project Division 2 from Construct Incorporated in the amount of $159,816.60.
Move to approve.
Second.
Dane, Melissa? Seeing no discussion, council, please vote. That is approved. Taking us to F, approve amended change order to replace carriage walks for F Avenue and G Avenue project from Milam Concrete and Construction in the amount of $7,850.
Move to approve.
Second.
Steve and Sandy. Council, please vote. Is approved. Taking us into G, approved pay request number 3 from Construct for the SRF sponsored project Harrington Park in the amount of $3,131.24.
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa, Henry, discussion there. Being none, council, please vote. That's approved. Takes us to H, resolution number 38, 2024-2025. Resolution approving the amended financial policy 2024 for the city council for City of Nevada, Iowa. And this is an item that's been part of our ongoing conversations with Burke with a wastewater facility and some items that they'd asked to be considered for our policies.
I will, move to approve that.
I'll second.
Steve, Sandy, any discussion there?
Can you explain a little bit about what this is?
Yes, and then if there's any deeper questions, we can have Karen talk about it too, but we have just some added language regarding what to do if we reach different levels for reserve and things like that in the wastewater funds. And how we would then either utilize those or adjust rates. Anything else? Okay, council, please vote. It's approved. Taking us to new business A, resolution number 39, 2024-2025. Resolution to approve fire department 2080 agreement mutual assistance for Polk County Area Fire Rescue Services.
Move to approve?
Second.
Melissa, Dane. Anybody has any questions for our fire chief? I'm sure he'd be happy to answer.
I think you answered them all.
Good. Council, please vote. That is approved. Taking us into B, approved Class C retail alcohol license for Backcountry Winery LLC DBA The Well Brewery and Market, 1117 6th Street, effective November 14th, 2024.
Move to approve.
Second?
Dane, Melissa, any discussion there?
Have the requested changes been completed, or they'll be completed by the 14th, as far as you know?
Yeah, we've got them at substantial compliance. We're gonna do another walkthrough before they open and stuff, and they've been great to deal with. So I think we're looking at 2 phases of the project. Phase 1 to get them open, and then phase 2 will be the final back end part of that. Saying it wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks for your work on that.
This item was on the Nevada 2040 plan, so it's nice to complete another item there.
Very nice.
Great.
Any other discussion? And we did motion, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And council, please vote. That is approved. Takes us to C, approval of architectural engineering services for splash pad project.
There is an action form in your packet tonight. Kind of explains the process we went through, how this project was identified years ago, the different areas that it's been called out over the years, the support it's received. And so we went through what I think is an extensive process to make a selection here. And so before you tonight is a recommendation from the park board. Be happy to try and answer any questions that you might have on this.
So remind me, will this be fenced off?
Yes.
Inside the pool?
Yes, yes.
So how would?
There'll be a way to, yes, it will be, we'll be able to control it from the main facility as well.
But like after pool hours, people would still access it?
Yes, that's correct. Yep, the whole idea would be to, provide access to this when the main facility is not open, earlier in the day, later in the evening, earlier in the season, later in the season.
Gotcha.
Yes.
There's quite a difference in the bid amounts. Do you have any concerns? Because of
No,
that?
we went through and, we talked to them. We had them come in, give presentations. We had follow-up questions. I think we're very confident based on the experience that they've had in these types of projects in the past. So we feel good about it.
I'll move to approve option 1.
I'll
Second.
second that.
Dane, Melissa? Any other discussion? Another 2040 item, wasn't it?
Yes, it was in the Vision 2040 plan. It was in our departmental goal setting and development plan. It's been in the CIP plan, and so been talked about for a long time. So thank you.
Park staff and park board for working on it.
Thank you.
Anything else from council? Council, please vote. Oops. That is approved. Which takes us to D, approve purchase of Trimble receivers for locating and GIS mapping.
Yeah, so over the last several years, we've been updating all of our maps online and using these tools to essentially map out everything for sewer, sanitary, storm. And we've been using a system that is a subscription base. And what we were trying to do is figure out ways that we minimize that expense, because it's $4,000 annually to do that. With purchasing these two new units, we'd be able to access the DOT's database for no charge. So we'd have unlimited hours that we were able to use. And essentially it'd be free of charge except for the cost of the Trimble receivers. Currently that's the latest model. They are the firmware is good for 3 to 5 years. We did reach out to the company and they said there is no plans to update that firmware, and we'd still be able to utilize that after the 5-year mark.
What's the standard lifespan of one of those receivers?
I have no idea. Do you know that?
It can be a while, but I don't know, probably that 5 to 10 year range before newer equipment comes out. But I think at 5 to 10.
Yeah. So,
And it could last long.
So yeah, we would be able to get the 2 receivers for $16,000, which would be about 4 years, where we'd have that essentially equal to the annual amount of what we are currently paying for. And we wanted to take advantage of the DOT database, but the current machines that we have were significantly less priced, and so it allows us to use that database.
How many of our current ones do we have?
We have 2.
2.
Mhm. Yeah, water department and the streets department typically uses it.
I make a motion to approve option 1.
Second?
Melissa and Henry. Any further discussion? Council, please vote. Is approved. Takes us to E, which is professional services agreement amendment number 2 to the Nevada wastewater treatment facility improvements phase 3 construction phase services contract with HR Green.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Steve and Sandy. Any discussion?
It's just disappointing that we have to spend this money. Because of the delay on the projects. Just frustrating.
It is frustrating. That's what Mike and I discussed, whether or not we use funds from another phase, because we do have leftover funds from another phase, but we both thought it was best to amend this because we were able to prove and go back on the liquidated damages and try to get back some of that money. And that's why we're creating that amendment and why Mike did that.
Any other discussion? Council, please vote. That is approved. Takes us to F, resolution number 40, 2024-2025. Resolution approving wastewater agreement between City of Nevada, Iowa and Verbio Nevada LLC.
Move to approve.
Second,
Dane, Melissa. Any discussion there?
Talked with Jason a little before the meeting too, but just wanted to express our appreciation to Verbio for their work on getting this done so quickly and getting it in our hands.
That went a lot easier than Burke's version of it.
Yeah, this is straightforward.
Anything else on this one? Seeing none, council please vote. It is approved. Takes us to G, resolution number 41, 2024-2025. Resolution approving amended development agreement with Work It LLC.
Move to approve.
second,
Steve and Melissa. Seeing no discussion, council please vote. It's approved, which takes us to H, resolution number 42, 2024-2025. Resolution approving Iowa DNR treatment agreement form between City of Nevada Water Pollution Control Facility and Burke Corporation. There are two different forms that will eventually be done. One is for the final plant, the new plant, and one is an updated one for the current plant to amend some of the daily limits there. So
Essentially be permitted through the startup of the new plant.
Move to approve.
Second.
Sandy and Henry. Any discussion there? Council, please vote. Approved. Taking us to I, resolution number 43, 2024-2025. Resolution approving a contract amendment between Iowa Economic Development Authority, Almaco, and the City of Nevada for the extension of contract number 22-HQJP-004.
Move to approve.
second,
Sandy and Melissa, any discussion there? Seeing none, council please vote. That is approved with one abstention, taking us to J, resolution number 44, 2024-2025. Resolution accepting minor subdivision for Samuelson Downtown Subdivision, Nevada, Story County, Iowa.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Steve, Dane. Any discussion on this?
Is this related to the facade project?
Yeah, so
That we're splitting it up?
we're splitting it up for a couple of different reasons. The main thing is the facade program, but it also allows them to have additional addresses. So if he decides to do any more work and create a different storefront, that will allow him to do that.
These three.
Wanted to check.
Anything else there? Council, please vote. That is approved, which takes us to K, resolution number 45, 2024-2025. Typo in there, a resolution accepting major subdivision final plat for Northview Plat 1, Nevada, Story County, Iowa.
move to approve,
Second.
Melissa, Henry. Any discussion there? Council, please vote. That is approved, which takes us to L, resolution number 46, 2024-2025. Resolution authorizing payment of user increase in wastewater costs from general reserves. And to give some updates since the last meeting, we had another good long meeting with all the folks at Burke. Still in alignment on the top line numbers, working on some surcharge numbers and some details of the final treatment agreement, which was still in our bond attorney's hands at the time. So we'll be meeting again with them to wrap hopefully most of that up here yet this month. With that, we do have a comment card from Luke Spence, if you want to head to the microphone and state your name and address for the record.
Luke Spence, 732 J Avenue. You may have answered a lot of my questions. Did you say that you're hoping to have this completed soon?
Yep.
Any idea, is there a timeline on when soon is?
Yeah, I mean, being in alignment on those top line numbers is big. And then, yeah, we're waiting for the date from Burke on the final meeting, hopefully final meeting, where we can get everybody in the room to tie up the loose ends from the last meeting. So that's really what it's waiting on. The big thing that we needed to finalize was surcharges. They had different numbers than what we had in the previous proposed ordinance. So
What's your goal on when that meeting's gonna be?
there were 3 dates provided. One of them has passed, so there's 2 more yet this month that can be chosen from. So we'll be following up with Chad on that.
Okay, my main concerns were just.
Yeah, before Thanksgiving, with all the dates to get them done before the holiday.
I just was here to reiterate what I talked about when I was here a few months ago on the same issue, that communication on this has been non-existent. So I hope you continue to give updates on the process. That's the first I've heard in quite a while, but no update has been pretty difficult to see. It's a very it's poor customer service, poor communication, and poor transparency. But if we're almost done and that's true, then hopefully we can move on from that. That's all I had.
Thank you. So we would still be looking for a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Steve, Sandy, opens up council discussion. Seeing none, council, please vote. As approved, which takes us to M, discussion appropriate follow-up regarding digital sign on City Hall campus.
Yeah, so we discussed this in the past. Maybe it worked the first few months when I started, but it hasn't really worked at all. And I just kind of wanted some guidance, discussion on what you thought. I did speak with Brett as well as Jason about this a few weeks ago. They were talking about just removing the sign and kind of putting our city logo up there, finding a company that would be able to do something like that. So I kind of wanted feedback from all of you. That way we could move forward with it. Our staff will be able to remove that sign, and whether or not we want to keep the electricity, I think that we would. That way we could potentially light up the logo if that's the route we want to take. But it's just sitting there, and
Is there not a way to repair it?
we'd have to get a whole new digital sign. And my thing is on the digital sign aspect is with the messages that are put on there, is that causing more of an issue for drivers when they're supposed to be paying attention to the road rather than looking at the sign?
I think the ways of getting communication out to the public have changed drastically since that sign was put in. So I think, in my opinion.
I just like the idea of being able to have it there, you know, like if people don't have internet or Facebook, they're able to like, hey, there's a city council meeting or there's something happening. I think it's another way of communicating with people, but I mean, it hasn't worked.
And most of that info would be in our Nevada too, which is another thing that goes to everyone anyway,
Yeah.
to just judge the cost.
I don't want to overcomplicate it, but just thinking on its location with park out front and kind of the crossroads there, I don't know, maybe this is an opportunity with like the Public Arts Commission a little bit. Work with that and come up with a use or on that or use for it, I guess. Maybe look at that. I mean, nothing against the emblem, but just thinking a little more creative on the space and maybe an opportunity for a community project that way.
Yeah, because we talked about putting our branding out there.
Mhm.
I'll take it back to them.
Is that the direction we want to go? And we have direction?
Well, maybe the logo in the meantime, because this won't happen quickly. Our commission probably won't happen quick. I mean, if the logo could be used somewhere else, the branding that
Yeah,
we
they
want
probably,
to use.
what they'd probably do is take out that middle section because it has our old logo on top and the digital sign, so that center section could come out. And then we need to figure out what to put back in its place between those pillars.
More to come, sounds like.
Yeah, I can have our staff remove that, see when they can fit that in their schedule, and then I'll wait to hear from you and the Public Arts Committee.
Thank you.
Okay, then that would conclude.
I think we should replace it. It's mine, but.
Okay, so we have some
I
public
think
comment about
that,
replacing it.
Honestly, I think a lot of people don't know there's fish fry at the Legion only because they see the sign that's in the middle of the intersection. And I think that since it's a four-way stop, you know, maybe people don't pay attention, but it's not like they're driving through there with the light spreader and the light screen. But I think a lot of people got a lot of information from that sign. I'm a digital guy. I get online, I check my emails, I do all that. But there's still stuff going on that, you know, not everybody's gonna check our Nevada. I don't know. I think it's a good idea, but that's just my 2 cents. I think we should replace it. But
Another option you could have is get a
but-
bid, so you know what it costs and have Public Art look at it
that's,
too.
I will say, if we did. The city did do the emblem or whatever, and electricity's there, doesn't mean a year from now we can put a sign in it. Again. It's not like we're tearing it down and not having.
Well, if we're going to do anything with it, we should replace the branding on the top anyway.
My 1.5 cents.
Okay, and if we'll have anyone else just go up to the mic to just catch it, so we'll have Luke go out there. I won't make you get up, Brian, don't worry.
Come on, Ruth, over tonight.
I'm
We'll give
just
you an
saying the
exception,
library,
Ryan.
the library already has a digital sign, so you could reach out to the library and see, they might have information or data or an idea of how much reach that has in getting the word out on their programs too.
Good suggestion, thank you.
I'd like to kind of see what that would price out as, and maybe look at bids on that. I do think it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah, we'll have you
I
go
got
to
a
the
big
mic.
mouth.
You have digital sign.
And I have digital sign. Right.
And my sign caused so much problem in this town 15 years ago when I put it up. You know, I don't know how many meetings we had. What's wrong with the sign? It's a Daktronic. I've maybe spent $1,000 on mine to repair anything. And we got Daktronics dealer in Ames, and I don't understand how come we can't fix a sign when it's software or in my case, my sign was a small square that had shorted out. And I have to agree with Brian about seeing fish fry and all this stuff. I just truly don't understand. If we spend money on a lot of stuff. And I don't see where this could be. I spent $25,000, I don't know how many years ago, and I'm the only one that's got a sign left here in town. Other than the library. And I was told we were gonna look like Las Vegas if I put my sign up. But mine's the only sign still working. And I don't understand how come mine still works and the city can't get theirs to work and they're both Daktronics. So
Karen,
I don't know.
didn't someone reach out to Daktronics, wasn't it like a $20,000 fix or something like
Yep.
that? Yeah, so we did reach out to Daktronics and it was around $20,000 is what they told us that we needed to pay to get it to get fixed.
There's an LED sign dealer that just started up here in town, or tracks on Third, Roger Lopez, been doing it for 20 years.
I don't know. I just think that's a lot of money that they put out there with the structure and everything. Just to, I don't know. It hasn't worked for a couple of years, probably has it? But I just kind of find that hard to believe.
You said Roger Lopez?
Roger Lopez, yeah, bought Scott Cheddar's building. He's been shipping LED signage.
Mhm.
I think we have some good options to investigate.
Yeah, thank you.
So with that, we will close out that item, moving to reports, starting with city administrator.
Had an NEDC board meeting, discussions over Harrington Park this last week, which you'll see more on that on the next agenda. Main Street design meeting, Pizza Palooza, had an opportunity to go to the Story County Open House Medical Center, long-term living open house, which I thought that was a really great facility and really happy for our community that we have something like that. So with them moving out, they should be moving out, I believe it's the 14th and the 15th. Capstone should be able to get started and start moving forward with their project on it. And then other than that, the trail over on 19th Street, if you've had an opportunity to go over there, they did start working on those ADA ramps last, I want to say it was Thursday or Friday, and they're also out there again working today. Any questions for me or my report that I sent in? All right.
I think that trail's looking really good.
Yeah, it'll look really nice, especially when it's all cleaned up and
A lot of people using it already, even without the ramps put in.
yeah, I have to. It always worries me when I see people running on
Do you
there.
know if they're
That's,
gonna
but
do any grass or anything between the trail and the road? I've seen a lot of vehicles park on it, just 'cause I
Tim,
think
do you
they think it's
remember if
shoulder.
reseeding was part of it?
Not where the trail's close to the road, no, that's gravel, that wants to remain gravel at that location, even though it does.
Yeah, we may want to think about signage or post or something, because I've noticed several cars just parked there because it looks like the shoulder to them, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we want
I was just
vehicles
out
riding
there.
on it or parking on it.
We're gonna look at different signage to put up there because we've actually noticed that as well. We did look into posts, but we'd have to remove those and put them back for snowstorms for plowing. So that was the one thing that we did look at. Joe did a lot of research on other communities. One specifically Jackson Hole, Wyoming, because they have a trail that's close to the road and basically they have removable posts. And, you know, he thought it was cool, but the problem with that is cleaning the holes out that the posts go in on a regular basis, the gravel, the snow. The snow would be fine because it would melt, but yeah, we've looked into that. Ames has the plastic bumper type of looking posts. They're reflective material. You can run them over and not damage your vehicle. So, I mean, there's several options out there that we can go with.
Anything else for Jordan? For my report, he covered most of it. Did want to congratulate Story County on an excellent long-term care project that'll be a big benefit for this community and the region too. We talked about Burke, and then otherwise just expecting there to be a lot of property tax discussion going on, and interesting to see where all that goes, as I think we'll see multiple different proposals from the the governor's office and the two chambers, so. Any questions for me? Council reports? We'll go back to staff.
I don't have anything to add. I had my written report set in, so. Anybody got any questions?
Just a couple of things real quick. City safety training, we had Dr. Ashman show up, to talk to our staff about resilience, stress, coping with, activities and stuff like that. And it was well received, had a lot of good feedbacks about that. The other thing is, tomorrow, we're working with Bricktown Bakery. We had one of our kids that had the flu during the coloring contest, so we're making that trip to school in a fire truck. So if you see a fire truck around with a student that's, the recipient that couldn't make it on the day we did it.
Anything from Mike?
I don't have anything on the wastewater plant project unless you have a question.
Rhonda?
I'm good.
Marlis always has something. Tim?
Nothing additional for me tonight, thank you.
Chris?
Nothing other than what's in my report.
Same.
Aaron? Okay, council, anything else?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Dane and Sandy, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I.
Any opposed can say nay. On the budget committee's meeting,
Yeah, budget committee.
Only one of these days.
we are adjourned.
Okay, I did figure out.